Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cole. Sunday evening, January 17th, moving into week 3 of Political Science 1013 for the spring 2021 term. You may notice quite a mess behind me. We're in the middle of moving. We're still unpacking. We'll probably be unpacking for another week or two, so you may see much of this mess behind me when I speak to you next week. Not much longer beyond that, I hope. But anyway, that's my problem, not yours. We have Quiz 2 coming up this week, related to Unit 2 on political parties and interest groups. We'll be taking that for 24 hours Wednesday, and we'll chat about the quiz Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Central Time for 45 minutes. Let me say just a word about the quiz material. You have an article about disunity among the Republicans in the wake of the events at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Going back a couple of weeks before that, you have an article about the Democrats. You might have heard the Democrats were disappointed in how they did in the election, other than the election of President-elect Biden. They were disappointed in their showing in races for the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, although they did eventually get a 50-50 split in the Senate when 2 races for the Senate in the state of Georgia were settled in runoff elections on January 5th. So you might say both political parties are facing challenges. And that's discussed in 2 of the articles you asked to read. One about the Republicans, one about the Democrats, both from within just the past few weeks. Now, the 3rd article goes all the way back to the spring, and the first major coronavirus relief legislation that was passed. Now, the point of this article is to give you some idea what happens when, shall we say, pressure groups and interest groups start lining up at the gravy train. And you'll notice some of the activities engaged in and some of the variety of pressure groups that were involved trying to get what they take as their fair share of the benefits of the relief bill for their members of a particular pressure group. Remember, Unit 2 of the course deals with both political parties and pressure groups. Okay. Related organizations, but separate and distinct. Similar in that they both try to influence the government in one way or another. All right, so you have 3 articles to look at, one about each of the political parties and one about pressure groups for the quiz on Wednesday, the 20th, that we will discuss in chat Tuesday evening, the 19th, beginning at 7 o'clock. Let me say a word about Unit 2 in general, because Unit 2, of course, is the second of 2 units that we'll be covering on Exam 1, which will take place about a week after the second quiz. I had it on the syllabus for the 27th. We may go ahead and do it on the 28th. We'll wait and see about that. But Unit 2 discusses political parties and pressure groups. Among the issues to watch very carefully as you read about political parties are, number 1, why it is that we only have 2 major political parties. Beyond that, the history of the 2 major political parties, going back not quite a century to at least the 1930s. The different constituency groups that make up the 2 parties, and the ups and downs that the political parties have gone through from the 1930s to the present day. And we try to wind that up with a discussion of the state of the political parties in, shall we say, we're moving now into the 3rd decade of the 21st century. Where do the political parties stand now? Now, with regard to pressure groups, notice first of all the variety of pressure groups. Although most pressure groups are working in behalf of some kind of economic interest or another. But there are many, many pressure groups, including many that are not so narrowly economic. Most of them are economic in their focus. They seek economic benefit for their membership. And notice also our discussion of the activities that pressure groups engage in. Now, pressure groups are often referred to as lobbies, and the people who work for them as lobbyists, because Lobbying is a major activity in which they engage, but not the only thing they do. Be sure you understand what lobbying means. For instance, in the article you'll be reading, it essentially involves pressure groups lobbying Congress to try to get benefits from the coronavirus relief bill. All right, that's what we're looking at in Unit 2. We're taking a quiz related to that material this week on Wednesday, and discussing that in chat on Tuesday. And that, along with Unit 1, will be the material for the first exam, which will be coming up about a week after your quiz. Had it on the syllabus for the 27th, may wait until the 28th on that. And we will chat before the exam, as we do before the quizzes. All right then, so the quiz will be Wednesday. If you would like to enter the chat room and talk about the material, we'll be in the chat room Tuesday evening at 7. Other than that, study hard. Good luck on the quiz, and we will see you with another video message about 1 week from this time. Take it easy.